Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Lazy Couch Thoughts. Today, I'm going to be kind of talking about the very weird, very strange situation going on with Russell Wilson. So, kind of dig in. Don't want this to be too long of a video, it's Friday, trying to turn up on a Friday, so we're going to try and run through this. So, Russell Wilson's camp, in case you kind of missed the report, he came out, not Russell himself, but the camp, it kind of leaked saying Russell Wilson's tired of getting hit. Over the last 9 seasons, he's been sacked more than any other quarterback in the NFL, and it's really not even close. If you're a fan of the NFL, you know that Russell Wilson has ran for his life his entire career, and he is a legit magician back there when it comes to escaping, when it comes to moving around the pocket and avoiding sacks and taking hits, yet he still has been sacked that many times. That's a real problem, because it's not like he's a statue. It's not like he's no offense to these guys, but it's not like he's like a 39-year-old Peyton Manning or Eli, who is just sitting there and if somebody comes, you're just gonna fall down because you're gonna get hit. This is a very mobile, this is a very agile guy. So he shouldn't be getting sacked that much. And then if you look at the payroll for offensive line among league ranks, the Seahawks have always been in the bottom 5 to 7 over pretty much the entirety of his career. So that's a big problem. So then later on, it comes out that Russ himself says he comes out and says look, I just want to be upright. I don't want to get hit anymore. I love Seattle. I want to be here. This is where I want to play, but I just don't want to get hit anymore. But I mean, it's fair. Speaking just from my personal, as a quarterback, as a career, you don't want to get hit because the more hits you take, it could potentially shorten your career. You make less money. Your legacy isn't the same because you didn't play as long. You don't get the stats. Maybe you missed the Hall of Fame. You make, you just everything. You get less chances at Super Bowls, less chances at Pro Bowls, less chances at just MVP is everything. And then on the fact of just being a team, sacks are just drive killers. Sacks are, negative yardage plays and a wasted down. So it's just a terrible thing overall whenever you lead the NFL and getting sacked while you're a very good team. It's very detrimental. One might wonder if they had a good offensive line all these years, if they would have won Super Bowl again since the last time. Maybe if they had a good offensive line these last few years, Russell Wilson might have won his MVP already, because every year he starts to fade as the year gets shorter. Or he fades into being just a really good quarterback instead of being a stud. And it's because, number one, this past year, his defense just couldn't get a stop at all. So he felt like he was just pressing every single possession because he felt like he'd score every single possession. Or it happens to where his line just doesn't block for him. He can't establish a run game. He really hasn't had a run game in a very, very long time. And it's weird because they have Chris Carson. They don't have to throw the ball 45 to 50 times a game, but they still do. And our offensive line isn't really good enough to be doing that. So it's a weird situation. So then the Seahawks come out and the reports come out, not the Seahawks themselves, but reports come out saying the Seahawks and Russ, they're really getting into it right now. The Seahawks are kind of fed up with Russ. They're starting to get tensions are starting to boil over. And then you hear more reports coming out tensions are really getting tight. This isn't good. And all of this happened in a 12-hour span. It went from nobody knew anything to Russ is yeah, I'll prefer not to get hit a million times. And the Seahawks were well, forget you too. Pretty much. That's the PG version. But it's such a weird dynamic going on. You have a just great, a tremendously talented quarterback and Russell Wilson, who's still in his prime, who's still young, who still probably has 8 to 10 more years left in him. And you're going to lose him because he's upset that you don't want to block for him? That's worth losing him. But hey, you know what? If you put him in the trade market, call Make It Loomis right now, we'll take him. Because I've been thinking about this for a while. I cannot imagine a better successor for Drew Brees than Russell Wilson. All of the storylines coming out of college were similar. They both played both played in Big Ten. It's very dumb. They're both short. They're both they weren't first round picks. They weren't the top quarterbacks in the draft class. Yet they rose above it all. They have success stories coming from the bottom, and they're both men of faith. Russ is a huge God kind of guy, and honestly, Russell Wilson's just a great human being. He's a tremendous quarterback, but he's a great human, and I would love to have him in New Orleans. And the same thing kind of goes for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is also, and Dak Prescott. You're going to find out if you're just starting to follow me that, yeah, I have a lot of fantasies right now about the Saints. I know none of them are probably going to happen. I'm sure we're just going to have Jameis Winston, which I'm fine with. I think Winston can win. I don't know why I'm turning Russell into a Saints combo, but that's what I like to do. So, yeah, but like all those people, like they're just like great human beings. And like I value that a lot, especially when it comes to like the leader of the team. I saw a tweet from a Saints fan on Saints Twitter that was like, yo, at Russell Wilson, come on down to New Orleans. You and Demario Davis can have some fire Bible studies. But yeah, Russ, this is a very weird situation going on with him. I'm sure we're going to get more reports in the next couple days, and I'm sure they're going to patch things over. But it's very weird to hear Russ complain because I don't think I've ever heard him speak. Besides like an interview here or there, or like the Mr. Unlimited thing. That's about it. Like that's the only times I ever hear him talk. I couldn't imagine Russell Wilson would ever complain, which he's been needing to complain about this for about 6 years now. So he definitely gets a pass. I'm player first. I'm always going to side with the player. That's just the way I'm wired. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.